Hey everyone, today we're going to see how to set up Tailscale in Docker on an OrangePi 4 LTS. You're going to need the Pi, an SD card that's at least 4 GB, a reader, and a working internet connection, as well as power, display, input, and Ethernet for your Pi. First, we're going to go to the Armbian website and get a copy for the Pi. Once the download's done, you can go into Rufus or the USB formatting utility of your choice. We're going to select our SD card, keeping in mind that everything on it will be wiped, so make sure to have a backup before this if needed. Then, we're going to select the image we just downloaded and click Start. Once that's done, you can go ahead and pop it into the Pi. After plugging everything in, you should see the boot up sequence. Go ahead and create your root password once you're done. Confirm. Now we're going to set up our user. I'm just going to set it up as Cassini. Password. And your real name. We're just going to set it up as Cassini node. I don't want to connect to wireless. And I do want to set up my locale based on my location. But I'm just going to skip it. Now we're just going to do sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. Yes. And sudo apt auto remove. Yes. Now we're going to set a static IP. So we can do sudo nano Netplan 10 DHCP. This is our network interface configurator, so we're just going to delete everything up to Ethernets. We're just going to do N0, so that's the name of the Ethernet adapter on the OrangePi 4 LTS. Addresses. And then here you're going to enter the address you want. So 192.168.1.8/24. Then route is going to be your router. You're going to add here your router address. In my case, that's 192.168.1.1. You're going to add name servers. So that's going to be your DNS. I'm going to do 192.168.1.1 and let's just do 1. Now we're going to hit Control-O, enter, and then Control-X to exit. Now let's apply the Netplan. Armbian comes with OpenSSH server pre-installed. You can now access the device remotely if you'd like. This is how I'll be accessing the device from now on. SSH verifies that you're connecting to the right device by checking its fingerprint. You can find the fingerprints by running the following command on the device. This will output a long string of characters, and you can compare this to the one you see when you connect to the device for the first time on your client. On Windows, the easiest way to SSH into a machine is to use the built-in client. Open the command prompt and type the machine and user you want to connect to. The format is SSH user at address, and if the key is not in the known hosts, it'll ask you to confirm the selection. If you're unsure, you can always use the fingerprint to verify the connection. I'm just going to say yes, as I know I'm connecting to the right device. Now it's going to ask you for your password. You won't see what you type reflected in the terminal, but it's still going through, so don't worry. Once you've logged in, you can continue as if you were on the device itself. By the way, you can exit SSH by doing Enter, Shift tilde, period. Let's install Docker and Docker Compose. First, we're going to update and upgrade. Now we'll install some packages. Run this curl command. Add this repo. Then update and install these. Let's just reboot to make sure everything's applied. Let's reconnect after a minute. Then let's enable and start Docker. Now let's add the user to the Docker group. And reboot. Go ahead and connect again after a minute. Then let's create a simple Docker Compose setup for hosting Flaresolverr and Prowlarr. We're going to create this directory and cd into it. Then let's create compose.yaml file. In my case, I'm going to want Flaresolverr. This is the image. We're going to set the container name and the environment variables. We're going to set this port and restart unless stop. This means that it'll restart the container if the Pi shuts down, unless you stop it manually, in which case it won't start it again. We'll also add Prowlarr. This is the image, this is the name. We'll set the environment variables as well as the port. And we're going to mount the config volume. And then again, restart unless stopped. Then we're going to hit Ctrl-O, enter, and Ctrl-X to save and exit. Then we're going to start the services. This will pull the images and run them in the background. You should be up and running now. You can access your services by going to your machine's IP address followed by the port number. For example, for me, Prowlarr is at this address. There you go. Docker will automatically start the services on boot. You can stop them with Docker Compose down, which will shut them down and keep them from turning back on again on the next boot unless you spin them up again yourself. If there's any image you don't want to keep, you can remove it with its ID, which you can find with the command docker images. Then remove the image you don't want. For example, if I don't want Flaresolverr, I can do 6 bb cba f027 a5 and it'll remove the image. To set up Tailscale, go to this address. I want to use it as an exit node, and I want it to expire in 90 days, not 7. Then we're going to click Generate Install Script. We're going to copy this and put it in our machine. If you want to use it as a subnet router, you'll also have to enable IP forwarding. Do this by pasting the following lines. Next, run Tailscale with the advertise routes flag, and if you want, use advertise exit node as well. Next, go to the admin console and select your machine. Click Settings, Edit Route Settings, and approve both of them. Tailscale should be working now. Now, you're able to access your services from anywhere. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I want to make more tutorials like these, and you make it possible. Thanks.